Greetings. This is Rasfaro Mahat Kirusha Baka coming at you again. In my last post, I made mention of the fact that the Moors were in Egypt during the first pharaoh of first Moorish or Meshwesh or Moabite pharaoh of Egypt was during the 10 BC. That was a mistake. That was around 1000 BC, 970 or 980 BC around there. So that was a small error that I made right there. Not 10 BC, but 1000 BC. Okay. Today I want to talk about the Hebrews or the Jews in Egypt. You know, because I've been hearing a lot of things. You know, like I saw a couple of videos on the YouTube about the so-called Hebrew pharaohs, and you know, as a matter of fact, there's some brothers on YouTube. I think they're called the Gathering of the Christ, and they're supposed to be Israelites or Hebrews, and they're making some comments about you know, the fact that Africans can't be Jews, and you know that they're not, you know, part of the you know, the Jewish family or so forth and so on. That they come from Ham, and that, you know, the Jews are Semitic. A couple other things that they said, and they also said that something about the effect that when the Jews left Egypt, no more pyramids were built because they were the ones that built the pyramids, and once they left Egypt, the Egyptians stopped building pyramids. You know, I don't know, but people, you know, we need to get our facts straight. Okay, when you start talking about ancient Egypt, you know, if you don't know about ancient Egypt, then you shouldn't really talk, and you should really try to get your facts straight first. You know, so I think the first thing we need to try and do is get down to the root or the etymology of what this word Jew really means. Because, you know, one time I asked the rabbi, I said to the rabbi, Rabbi, this is a European rabbi, by the way. I asked him, I said, you know, what does Jew mean? And he said, well, Jew, you know, it means from the tribe of Yahudi. So I said, the tribe of Judah, you know. So I said, okay. So that Jew means from the tribe of Judah. He said, yes. So I said, well, what does Judah mean? He said, meaning that you know, you are a Jew. So I said, oh, okay. So basically it's like a circular thing, you know. He didn't really know what the word Jew mean, and so he basically was just going around in circles, you know. So I just left it at that, you know. But you know, I think the first thing we need to, you know, like this brother from the Gathering of Christ was saying, is that the Jews are not Africans, and that the Africans have nothing to do, you know, Jews. But basically, you know, the Jews came from Africa. Okay, the word Jew is an African word. You know, there's no J in Hebrew, so the word is really EU. Okay, and the word EU is an ancient Egyptian word, an ancient Ethiopian word, meaning, you know, it has several meanings. Okay, but you know, EU, which is IU. Okay, IU, EU. This is the root of the word Jew. The word EU means to come. Okay. It also has a dual connotation to it. You know, like a double meaning. Like it means to double. Okay. If you put EU at the end of a word, the word becomes, you know, the word means dual or double. Okay. Like Matthew or Matthew in the Bible. Okay. So the EU is also the name of the ass or the donkey. You know, we call it the ass. Okay. So that, you know, so you have the word EU means to come. It also has a dual connotation. It also means ass. Okay, or donkey. So there's were the three different meanings to the word EU or Jew. Okay. In the sense of coming, it means to come as in the coming one. like as in say Yeshua is the coming one, is to come, and he will also come riding on an ass and on the foal of an ass. So when you see when they show you these biblical stories on the TV, and they show you Jesus coming into Jerusalem riding on an ass, okay, or a donkey, they always show you him riding on a donkey, one. But the scriptures say that he will come riding on an ass and on the foal of an ass. Okay, so how he's going to ride on an ass and on the foal of an ass is kind of difficult to see picture, but that's what the scripture says. Okay, he'll come riding on an ass and the foal of an ass. But that's just symbolical, because the symbology is meaning having to do with the Father and the Son. Okay, so the ass being a representative of the Father, the foal being a representative of the Son. So Father and Son. So you ever wonder, you have to ask yourself, you ever wonder why you always see in all the nativity scenes, you always see a donkey in the nativity scene. Okay, the jackass. You always see the donkey in the nativity scene. Samson slew the Philistines with the jawbone of a ass or a donkey. Okay, in Numbers, when Balaam the prophet saw the angel, he didn't see the angel, donkey saw the angel, because Balaam didn't know why the donkey stopped. Okay, so Balaam kept trying to get the donkey down and start hitting the donkey and tell him to go, but the donkey wouldn't go because the donkey saw the angel and stopped in the middle of the road. And Balaam the prophet didn't know why the donkey was stopped, and but it was because the donkey saw the angel. So see, there it is. You see that the ass or the donkey has a great significance symbolically in the Bible. Okay, and this is the reason for that is because, as I stated to you before, EU, or the word Jew, means ass. It also means to come, and it also has a dual connotation to it. And so the Messiah will come riding on an ass and on the foal of an ass. Samson slew the Philistines with the jawbone of an ass. In every nativity scene, you see an ass. Okay, it's symbolic. Okay. Now, the word Eo, as I said before, is an ancient Egyptian word. Actually, from Ethiopia. Okay, and it was the name of the Egyptian or the ancient Ethiopian deity. Okay, Eo. They call him Eo. So this Eo was the god of ancient Ethiopia and ancient Egypt, and the followers of Eo were the Eus, or what we call the Jews. Okay, so the Eo was the god, and the Eus were the followers of Eo. Okay, so they became known as the Eus, and this was in ancient Egypt thousands and thousands of years ago. Okay, we gotta go back, we're going back at least 30, 40, maybe even 50,000 years. You see, one of the things that we gotta be careful about is when these Europeans try to show us, tell us what the timeline of Egypt, of ancient Egypt was. Okay, they always, you can never trust them to tell you the truth when it comes to the history of our people, because they're always trying to to bring it back to when they first came on the scene, and they first came on the scene maybe 6,000 years ago at most. Okay, so they try to bring the beginning of civilization to when they came on the scene. Okay, but that's not true. Okay, so I remember now, the Sphinx is approximately, from various carbon datings and things like that, is about 13 to 15,000 years old. Okay, so so how could Egyptian civilization start in 3100 BC, as they claim, or 3200 BC as they claim, when the Sphinx is over 15,000 years old? Let's do the math and figure it out for yourself. Okay, the reason why they do that is because the Mesopotamian civilization, started around, started making itself known around 3100 BC. So they try to make it that they try to make Egypt and Mesopotamia co-equal in their origins, and say, well, yeah, well, Mesopotamia is the origin of civilization, and that Egypt borrowed its culture and things from Mesopotamia, or they try to claim it came from Atlantis or some other foolishness like that. But there's no such thing. And Egypt has been around for thousands and thousands of years. I mean, so many years that you can't even, it's almost mind-boggling when you think about it. Okay, but you can't really trust Islamic, Judeo-Christian scholarship, because they try to fit Egypt within their bounds, and Egypt is way beyond that. But my time is up, so I'm going to go right now, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to expound on ancient Egypt a little bit more. Bless.